I'd like to go over a couple quick pointers here of what I believe are the most important factors here this evening. As we can see, XRP, our weekly candle close is less than 2 hours away at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so about an hour and 45 minutes from now. We have the XRP weekly candle close, and as of right now, it would be a weekly candle closing over the 2018 resistance, and it would, at least on the weekly, be used as a level of support now, and we haven't seen this. We haven't seen this very often here in the last 6.5 years at all. And right now, if we can stay on top of 57 cents, that's a very strong level, at least being above that 2018 resistance. And I'll just briefly show that right here. It's just that downtrending blue line. And current times right now, we've got a little bit of room underneath. It's right there at 56.69. But we want to make sure that we didn't create some kind of bear flag here on this big break up. And if we did, you know, that could come all the way back down below this area. Otherwise, if we're going to come up back in time and retest this exhaustion candle from this morning, the likelihood is over time we would start breaking up. We have a golden cross in the smaller time frames. Now, we know in the daily we already have a golden cross. And that's simply, if you watch the 20-day moving average, it's come through the 200-day. You get a more concrete view if the 50 comes through the 200, but I like using it from the 20-day all the way out through the 200. We've got a golden cross through the 1 hourly. The 2 hourly, we've now crossed. We have a golden cross in the 2 hourly as well. It looks like we're right there. So yeah, after this candle closes, well, in the next couple hours, we should cross that as well, as long as we don't come back through there. So we do have some golden crosses there. Now you can see a bull flag, but with that big wick exhaustion, this kind of looks like one of those bull flag scenarios that's disguised, but in reality, it might not be that. The reality is it came way up there, and is it more likely to be a bull flag or a bear flag? So that's what we need to see. It'll play out in our favor if we hold 56.69. But if it falls below that, this is speaking to the fact that we'll likely come down to that 54, approximately. Let's look here. About 54 point, let's see in recent times. If we fall back through 54.2 cents, and that's where, if that bear flag plays out, that, I mean, that could bring us down into that area. Hopefully this doesn't play out like that, and that's just an exhaustion wick, and then we come up over time. And even if bearish, we come up and get rejected there at like 58.40 area. But that remains to be seen. Right now, that's a little bit of a, these are reversal candles, but it's hard to say which way it wants to go. As long as we don't invalidate these golden crosses, and we can see it in the daily as well. We've come back through the 200 some time ago now. 50's come back through the 200. The 100's almost back to the 200, but we've already had the golden cross reflip here. Some time ago, we had a death cross that ended up flipping through here, and that would have been coming back here, you know, when exactly was this, just so I can show everybody. We had the death cross occur on April 14th of this year, and then we had the golden cross reemerge on July 22nd of this year. And we've been able to sustain that ever since, and that's a bullish proclamation. And if we don't invalidate that in time, I mean, even if we don't break out into these higher levels, we should come back up and at least retest that. It's not quite 68. It's a little bit lower than that. Maybe not. Not in current times. Maybe not. No, 68.54 in current time. So a lot of opportunity here. So we'll go through, we'll get an understanding of the charts. We'll see how many people are here to see how long I need to do this live. If there's not a lot of back and forth, I'll just do this as a normal, well, it's a live, but I'll release it, you know, after about 20 minutes. If we have a lot of back and forth, we may do this to normal hour. I wasn't expecting to do a live because I was at a family reunion. I just got home like 25 minutes ago. So I wanted to do a live just because I'm dedicated, and you know, I think it's very important, especially we're on the weekly candle close, and we can, you know, discuss a few different things together. And I look at everybody here as family. So what I know, you should know, and vice versa, so that we can make the best decision and an educated, informed decision. And we'll go through 2 bits of reading, as well as looking at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, and then seeing where the indicators lie at the end of this live. So XRP price flashing 420 million bullish signal as Bitcoin traders rotate profits. So we'll definitely go over that. And then we'll also talk about how Ripple exec doubts SEC will let XRP ruling go uncontested. So I hinted in both of those things in my title for the live. I didn't sugarcoat what I was going to do this evening. I try to make it pretty close to what the intro shows, or at least what the title shows. And then if you watch, you can put it all together. And then we'll also take a look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index when we go into the reading today. So make sure to hit that like button. So YouTube does recommend this live. Just by simply hitting that like button, YouTube recommends this live. And that means we pop up in the news feed if somebody's searching YouTube. So if you've seen my content, if you haven't, you wouldn't be at a disadvantage because it would pop up on your news feed. So please make sure to hit that like button, help push the content, and I'll catch you on the other side of the intro. Good evening, 6:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Sunday, August 18th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So I had a little issue on YouTube's end when I first started this. It just immediately closed it. So for that fact, I don't know how many people are going to be able to see this. So if you could hit that share button as well here, I would greatly appreciate it. So we'll get into this right now. Let me just see if anybody has any comments, and then we'll go from there because I like to do this, and this will be really quick. There's not very many people here right now, so we can get through this very quickly. Very quickly. So Rob Holkelick, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XRP Predictor. JW, good evening. Yes, this is real. And thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. Mark Caston, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 3 months plus with the XRP Meteor. Jason Setta, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. He's in his room. Gray Paul, welcome in. Chris Miles, good evening, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 2 months with the Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. Man and his dog, welcome in, and thanks for being in your first month along with Bradley and Tom's Army with the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. SEC can appeal, but are we out of the woods to be? No, they can't. It can't be flipped in. No, that can't be changed. Even if they're on a, like, that's not going to be changed. So I mean, we'll see. I don't think there's any way it's going to be ruled as security, just with everything we've seen. But they definitely have the ability to appeal. That is absolutely a fact. Syrian, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for your 2nd month with the Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. And thank you for being a very trusted mod here as well. Good evening to you. Seymour, good evening. I love that emote that you shared. It's awesome. Bradley, thank you so much for being in your 1st month. You are not late, my friend. You are not late. Hope you're doing well, my friend. UK Phil, good evening, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 6+ months with the XRP Predictor. Let's see. LNL Eds, good evening. John London, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 years with the XRP Diamond Hands badge, the most exclusive badge to date. That just shows you've been through it all in this community. Wow. Thank you so much for that 3 years plus with that XRP Diamond Hands badge. Brad Lehmanberger, thanks for being in Tom's Army for your 2nd month with the XRP, or with the Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. Appreciate that, friend. Rob Holkluck says, thanks for help setting up the COPYTRADE. Nice 20. Ooh, you were in on that, Rob. Excellent. I was not sure. I seen that everything cleared on your end, so I was hoping that you got everything set up. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, this morning we had an XRP trade. It was open for 24 minutes, and I opened it approximately 56.77 and closed it at 57.92, I believe it was. It was 19.9%. And right now, if you do copy trade through HOTCOIN, we started with a $100 challenge, and we are at 200. Well, we're up $147 right now. So we're up 147%, and our $100 now is turned into $247 for anybody who started the copy trading with me. And there's no guarantee it's going to go up or down. I'm not a financial advisor, but I certainly do my best, and I think I do a pretty good job. And for anybody who's followed from trade 1 to the end, we're up 147%, so not too shabby. And I love that, I love seeing that, Rob, you were able to get into that 19.9%er this morning. We had about 26% overall this weekend on Saturday and Sunday. So I'm very happy that we were able to share that with some of you. And if you are watching, please make sure to hit that like button so that YouTube does recommend this up there, this live. I would greatly appreciate that. What's up? She forgot her purse. Oh, okale. So let's look into XRP right now. We're up 1.13% at 57.3 cents. Oh, you're welcome, Ian. You're welcome, my friend. I try to be helpful. I can't always get or do everything, but I certainly try my best. There are a lot of people, a lot of messages sometimes, but I try to get through them. I really do. Yes, make volatility great again. I love it. So XRP right now, we've got this 2018 resistance support line, which to me is very interesting because it's either we're going to break above this and hold finally. And right now, yeah, the weekly candle close, we have a real chance of closing over this on a weekly time frame, a real chance. And the fact that on the weekly time frame right now, we are actually over a very critical level at 56.9. In the weekly, it moves this around a little bit. But we need to get over that in the weekly, and right now we are. If we have a weekly candle close right now, we're in good shape as far as being over that 2018 resistance. And the fact we have a golden cross here, not just in like the daily, but also now in the 30, 45 hour, 2 hourly, 3 hourly's got a ways, you know, it's crossed back above. But it's still got to come back to 50 and the 100 to recross everything. But we have invalidated the death cross, even in the 3 hourly. All this has been invalidated. All of that's invalidated. We do have a nice looking possibility. The only thing I'll say about the 4 hourly, we need to start out hot here on one of these candles because we're going to have to get over 57.4 cents to start the next journey. We've got to be over that pivot point at 57.4 cents. It's that simple. If we're not over that pivot point, we're in a lot of trouble because that could always shoot us back down. And the moment we get below 56.9, you know, you're 56.69. You don't want to be below that 2018 resistance. You want to keep using that as support now. So if we're not using it as support, that's a level of concern if we were to fall below that. But right now, being above this, about to have a weekly candle close above is nice. I'm just a little concerned here. Is this an exhaustion wick or is this a reconsolidation? Because I always get nervous when they go up and then we have this pullback because then it kind of sets up to me almost like we're in this bear flag setup. You know, so it's pretty interesting. What do you guys think? And gals, do you think that this is going to end up being a bullish continuation? Or do you think that's an exhaustion wick and we end up going back down from here? That's my question to the audience right now. That's my question to the audience. Is she going to start driving here from now on when they are here? Huh? I think she should. No, I know that. But she should be coming here with her car now with Scarlett. I'm saying that just it's her car now. Dude. Okay, anyhow. It looks a little bearish to me too. It looks bearish, even, I'm just being honest, even in the 3 hourly, it looks like that's more of like a gravestone doji that's setting up, or in the 2 hourly, it looks more gravestone-ish. So even if this is bullish, and we have to correct here because of this, because of the flag we have here, I hate that it did this. I hate that we had the wick come down so much. I hate that. For the record, I hate that. I said it this morning in the 5 minute when it was playing out, when I did my update this morning, right when it came back down. I think it was right around 576 still. But I said the 5 minute this morning just looked awful, and it was likely a sign of things to come. Hopefully, we don't get a rejection, but if we get a rejection at 574, that would have the ability to shoot us down here if that's a bear flag to 556. Now, we'll likely have to get that rejection at 574, and we are very close right now working our way back up. But we will see exactly how this plays out here going forward during this live. You know, we've got some time left together. We've only been together for about 15 minutes, so we've got a lot of places to go still here in this live. And I'm just blessed that some of you have decided to spend it here with me this weekend. So that's XRP right there, just in the shorter time. And if we were to break up and start pushing up more bullishly, we have a very big area that we got to pass. 61.7 cents is a big resistance. That's the 2018 resistance. And or the rising channel resistance that goes back, I think it's the 2021, 22. And then we've got the downtrending resistance on that cup and handle resistance at 63.1 cents. Those are must-have levels. Now, it looked like a bump and run, and we talked about even if it's bearish, we could go up to 57.4 and get rejected. We actually came up a little higher to 58 cents. So we have satisfied this move. In all intents and purposes, we have satisfied this move. You know, so it doesn't have to continue. And honestly, it looks a little bearish. That's an exhaustion wick. When they come up like that and immediately pull back and there's just no pressure and no volume, and we're starting to show a lot of gravestones here. Hopefully, you know, if you're looking for appreciation here, we'll get some candles that come in with some positive volume. But right now, the only thing that looks good right now is the fact we're on top of that 56.7 cent area, which is the 2018 resistance now in current times. Everything else we're looking at doesn't look that great. We had a nice push up this morning, but we've basically been flat. We haven't had much sell or buy volume the rest of the day. And it's almost like we're just waiting for this weekly candle to close. I don't know. I don't know if I can see comments or not. Maybe nobody's commenting, but the fact no comments are coming in, I don't know. You know, maybe it's just everybody's listening. I'm going to say that. I'm hoping that nothing is being blocked. But if somebody comments, I would love to see if someone tries. I'll turn my phone on to see. Oh, beautiful. Good evening, Sean. Welcome in. Appreciate seeing you here, my main man from Maine, and also a mod. Good evening, George. Welcome in. Michael, all is good. Excellent. I love seeing that I can see it on the screen. I love seeing that we can see it on the screen. JW with the Ned Flanders. Oakley dokely. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Michael, thank you as well, my friend. I really appreciate you guys letting me know. I'm glad I can read that, just in case in real time somebody has a question. George Addison, good evening. Mark Caston, thank you as well, and also for being in Tom's Army for 3 months plus with the XRP Meteor. What a great gesture. That is awesome. That is awesome. My voice might be a little out there today because I did have that family reunion. I had the birthday party yesterday, and I still did the live and a couple updates yesterday, and then the live right now, the update earlier. I'll probably do a short later on tonight because I didn't get to the short earlier. But I probably will do that still later tonight. Nomad, welcome in, and thank you so much for being in Tom's Army for your second month with the Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. I don't know. It makes me a little leery right now with what's going on in the market. Bitcoin has had this bullish cross in the 2-hourly. Short-term getting rejected by the 200-day. And we know if we stay above this 57,000 and in current times, I've made this up, this level. This is my big level. If we had like some kind of inversion happening here, which it came through initially, if we held this, this is what could get us back up towards the higher levels. If we break through this, this brings us back to 53,777 or 377. And then you got 52,000, 48,400 underneath. So we're looking for the best case scenario here with Bitcoin. And it almost looks like, to me, I don't want to say it's a megaphone pattern, but it almost looks like that. The only thing I'm leery about is the fact that we don't really have the expanding resistance. I mean, we do a little bit, but I mean, we can see the range right now. We're anywhere from 52,000 and some change all the way up to 69,700 is the range. That's our true range. And if we bring this down here and let's say we falter here, 51,393 if we make it out until August 31st. So a lot of stuff to watch here on the charts. Looks like a possible hanging W reversal and a possible bull flag, which is what's continued to be intriguing here with Bitcoin. But it's hard to tell because we haven't done anything yet. We still have the death cross. Right now, the one good thing is we're back testing the 20-day as support now after coming through on a death cross. But unless we invalidate the death cross by coming through the 200 and then re-breaking up, this could still be bad news here. So I don't want everybody to give up hopes and be like, oh, we're looking great here, without us actually knocking down the stone wall, so to say. So a lot to do still, a lot to see. What is it, 635 gold right now? I was very anxious to see how precious metals opened after closing the week over 2,500 for the first time ever. as it hit 2,500 and then surpassed it by closing at around 2,507. So, or 2,506 and some change, but we'll see how that goes. So, did you say I haven't mentioned H bar in a while? I may not have. I may not have mentioned H bar in a while. Not by any, not because I hate H bar, but it did come down close to that 4.9. It actually did come down to that 4.9, below the 4.9 area. We talked about this support for a long time. It actually came through to 4.546. But I mean, how does crypto look right now? Nothing really looks that stellar. We do have a little reversal here though. Look at this. If this is a W reversal here and it's a bull flag setup, that doesn't look terrible on H bar. So you very well could, if you bought in, have a support structure under here at 5 cents, maybe one down here at 4.88 in case it breaks back down. But this almost looks more bullish here. This came down, has the exhaustion wick to the downside. And remember what we talked about with XRP. Instead of XRP coming down on the wick, it pulled back up after exhaustion to the downside. See what happened here? Exhaustion back up. Exhaustion initially back up. Exhaustion back up. Now, does this roll around now, or do we continue doing this? So, H bar for the ladies indeed. So, if 4.9 holds, and that just ends up being our support from here on out, 12.7 cents is over the top. That's how big this pattern is. It's a huge pattern right now. Unfortunately, it almost looks like a gigantic bear flag until it's not. The good news is we're pushing into oversold areas. So at some point here, that's why we're starting to reverse, because we were getting a little oversold here. But it is the end of a weekly candle. So just I encourage everybody to pay attention and maybe don't do anything here until 8 o'clock and see what happens and see what we actually look like on the weekly candle close. That's just my, that's what I'm looking at. So let's take a look at what some of this news is. So XRP price flashing 420 million bullish signal as Bitcoin traders rotate profits. So XRP price analysis. I always like reading these after I do my own analysis so we can see the differences and see if maybe we missed something. XRP price closed above the 57-cent mark on Sunday. I'm not sure how they say that because we're not closed on Sunday. I found that line to be interesting because it hasn't closed yet. We don't close until 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm not sure how they came to that conclusion. But it says XRP price closed above 57-cent mark on Sunday. So they're doing this an hour and 22 minutes into the future. August 18th, having rallied 6% over the weekend. The rally had coincided with rising capital inflows in the derivatives market, signaling upside in the week ahead. XRP price riding high as Bitcoin traders switch focus to altcoins. Since the U.S. courts issued a $125 million fine on August 6th, XRP has remained a standout performer among the top 10 cryptocurrencies. Initially, the positive sentiment surrounding the conclusion of Ripple's long-standing lawsuit against the SEC began to fade, as speculation arose about a potential appeal by the U.S. regulator. However, despite these concerns, XRP now appears poised to benefit from another bullish market catalyst. The XRP USD daily price chart reveals a 6% rally over the weekend, with the price rising from 55 cents on Friday, August 15th, to 58 cents by Sunday, August 18th. But interestingly, Bitcoin dominance, the BTC.D indicator, that's the chart, BTC.D, but Bitcoin, just type in BTC.D and it'll come up. Indicator, which tracks Bitcoin's share of the global cryptocurrency market. I cover that on my charts as well. Also provides insights into XRP's potential trajectory. As we can see here, we are at the top of the range though, so that's another thing to be careful about. If we don't break the range, that range goes all the way back down just over 40 cents. That's something to pay attention to. As shown in the chart above, XRP price delivered gains over 3 consecutive trading days. Meanwhile, the Bitcoin dominant chart posted, hey, Cape Cod Kyle, what's going on, my friend? Cape Cod Kyle from Massachusetts. I love seeing you in here. Also a member of Tom's Army. I believe it showed yesterday over 6 months with the XRP predictor. So it likes to go away on Kyle from day to day. It's kind of funny. Well, not funny, but it's interesting. 6 months. Yep, that's what I thought I seen yesterday or 2 days ago. I appreciate that continued support, my friend. Nearly 1% decline over the weekend, dropping to 57.07% at the time of writing on August 18th. This shift in market dynamics suggests that strategic investors who purchased Bitcoin when its price dipped to a 3-month low at 49,111 on August 5th are now rotating profits into altcoin markets, including XRP. The declining Bitcoin dominance trend could indicate that these traders are reallocating capital towards altcoins, which historically have shown larger price swings during bullish market phases compared to Bitcoin. Moreover, declining inflation in the latest Consumer Price Index (CPI) reports and recent statements from the U.S. Federal Reserve have raised expectations of a rate cut in September. The macroeconomic backdrop could further incentivize crypto traders to reallocate capital in anticipation of the bullish impact of a potential rate cut on the broader cryptocurrency market. If this trend persists, top-performing altcoins like XRP could be well positioned to attract more attention from traders. As a result, XRP's price could see continued upside in the days ahead. XRP open interest crosses 400. It was up a little more. I seen 420 earlier. Open interest crosses 450 million after 3-day rally. The recent movements in the XRP derivatives markets also support a bullish outlook for XRP price in the coming week. Open interest, a measure of the total number of outstanding derivative contracts, is an important indicator of market sentiment. There's the chart right there. As illustrated in the chart above, XRP open interest has surged from 334.1 million to 427.9 million between August 5th and August 18th, reflecting a 28.07% surge. That's huge. That's huge. Devin, welcome in, my friend. And thank you for being a very trusted mod and also being in Tom's Army for well over a year with the I Told You So badge. So much appreciation for that, my friend. Meanwhile, during the same period, XRP's price increased by 35%, outpacing the growth in open interest. The trend suggests that the current XRP rally is driven more by spot purchases rather than speculative trading activity. A rally propelled by spot buying is often more sustainable, as it indicates genuine demand for the asset, which can provide strong support and reduce the likelihood of major corrections. The increase in open interest also aligns with the narrative that the decline in Bitcoin dominance is due to investors spot buying altcoins like XRP in anticipation of an expected rate cut. If this scenario plays out, XRP could extend its 6% weekend rally in the days ahead. XRP price forecast 61-cent roadblock ahead. Looking ahead, XRP price faces a potential roadblock at the 61-cent resistance level. The parabolic SAR, wow, only half of you have hit that like button. Please make sure to hit that like button. That's the only way YouTube will recommend this. I really think the information's worth it, but that's okay. The parabolic SAR and Don-chain channels on the daily chart suggests a cautious outlook despite the recent rally. The parabolic SAR, which is currently positioned below the price, indicates that the uptrend remains intact. However, the Don-chain channels suggest that the price is nearing the upper boundary of its recent range, typically a signal that the asset may face resistance. If XRP manages to break through the 61-cent resistance, which is also the rising channel resistance level, the next target could be the 66-cent mark. On the downside, strong support is expected around the 54-cent level, beautiful level, where the lower boundary of the Don-chain channels is located. A breach below the support could signal a deeper correction, potentially pushing XRP back towards the 50-cent level. Overall, while XRP's recent performance and market dynamics indicate a bullish outlook, traders should remain cautious of potential resistance levels in the short term. So I like that. And then we'll just quickly shift into the Ripple talk as well from the exec. Ripple CLO, Stuart Alderode, or CLO, Chief Legal Officer, said that he would be surprised, or he would expect that the SEC would appeal. So in a recent interview, Ripple CLO challenged the SEC's approach, questioning its rationality and hinting to a potential appeal. So the legal battle between Ripple and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, over XRP may not be over yet. Despite a significant ruling that could redefine the landscape for cryptocurrency regulation, Ripple's chief legal officer, Stuart Alderode, anticipates the SEC might still pursue an appeal. His comment made during a recent interview, which we watched, revealed deep skepticism about the SEC's actions and questioned the regulator's rationality and its ongoing approach to crypto-related cases. During his interview, Alderodi expressed confidence in the ruling that XRP is not a security, a precedent for how digital assets are treated in the U.S. legal system. However, he also suggested that the SEC, despite clear indications that the case should be closed, might continue to push the matter further. If the SEC were a rational actor, they should just move on from this case. Alderodi stated, pointing out that the court found no victims or losses associated with Ripple's actions. There are no allegations of fraud, he added, highlighting that the case does not align with the SEC's core mission of protecting investors. Alderodi was critical of the SEC's litigation strategy throughout the case, accusing the regulator of litigation gamesmanship and tactics rather than a faithful application of the law. His remarks underscore a broader concern within the crypto industry that the SEC has taken an aggressive stance against digital assets, often without clear legal grounds. Despite the clear victory for Ripple, Alderodi remains cautious. He emphasized that the SEC's actions in the crypto space have not always been rational, raising the possibility that regulator might still appeal. I wouldn't be surprised if the SEC does appeal, he remarked, noting the agency's history of pursuing aggressive legal action in the crypto sector. Alderodi also reaffirmed that, regardless of an appeal, the current ruling on XRP stands firm. He insisted that XRP status as not a security in the secondary market trading of XRP as not security transactions. That is the law of the land, according to him. An appeal would not change this legal precedent. So that's what a couple of you asked in the comments, and I stated earlier, it would not change. They can't overturn it, even on appeal. At least you're hearing it from the chief legal officer for Ripple, Stuart Alderodi. If you don't believe me, he's got a little more credentials than I. His confidence is bolstered by the statistical reality that appellate courts overturn lower court decisions less than 10% of the time. Throughout the interview, Alderodi repeatedly questioned the SEC's priorities, suggesting that the regulator is straying from its mission to protect investors. Alderodi argued the SEC should focus on cases where there is actual harm to investors or their market. Now, there's one point that I would argue there is harm to us, because there's 3.9 billion XRP outstanding by Ripple that is not on the exchanges. The open market only shows just over 56 billion. There's actually 60 billion tokens in circulation out of 100 million approximately right now. 3.9 billion approximately are traded. They can't meet the exchanges. They can't meet the actual crypto exchanges. They have to be done privately. And that's what actually got redacted out of the 16-page report from Annalisa Torres on that decision, and why I was so mad. Because we could have seen the differential in price, percentage and price, and the differential in what we paid. He urged the regulator to return to its core mission rather than engaging in what he sees as unnecessary litigation that fails to contribute to the protection of investors. Alderodi's statement resonates within the broader cryptocurrency community, which has often criticized the SEC for what it perceives as heavy-handed regulation. On the flip side, the SEC's potential appeal could cast doubt on XRP's current legal status, unsettling investors in the broader crypto market. Ripple's victory might be temporary if the SEC successfully appeals, potentially leading to a reversal or modification of the ruling. An appeal would delay regulatory clarity for XRP, prolonging uncertainty for businesses and users relying on the token. Why does this matter? The legal conflict highlights critical questions about the consistency and intentions of regulatory enforcement in the crypto industry. It highlights the tension between innovation and regulation, with the outcome potentially redefining how digital assets are treated. The stakes involve both legal precedent and the future direction of crypto regulation. So I think that was very important as well. And now let's continue. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index. And if you're a fan of analytics, the next part you'll really enjoy, if anybody, decided to stick around. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index right now is at 31 fear. Yesterday it was at extreme fear at 25. Then last week was 39 fear. Last month was 60 greed. We hit extreme greed at 74 on July 29th was the last time we were up that high. And that was the highest we hit during this current cycle as well, was up to 74 on the fear and greed. XRP is starting to come down a little bit. No surprise what we've seen at the start of this. And let's go through the indicators real quick, because we're up to about 35 minutes now. Excellent. Excellent. I won't be on much longer. My voice is a little hit today. But I'm doing my best here to get through all the key facts and points here. XRP right now in the week's down 2.1%. The month we're up 0.48%. 3 months we're up 12.18%. In the last 6 months we're up 1.6%. And year to date we're down 7.07%. And in the last 1 year up 13.09%. Right now the indicators are suggesting a buy. And we'll go into more technicals. And that's in the daily, which is interesting. But now if we go into the 4 hourly, we have 3 sell, 1 buy, 7 neutrals. It's giving us a strong sell as far as the oscillators are concerned. And the moving averages are giving us a strong buy. 12 buys, 1 neutral, 2 sells. Actually, it's just a regular sell on the oscillators because there's so many neutral. And then the summary gives us a buy signal. 13 buy, 8 neutral, 5 sell. And the 4 hourly, the Fibonacci, the pivot point is 54.2. The support 1 is 46.1, support 2, 41.1 cents, and support 3, 33 cents. Resistance 1, 6 at 62.3 cents currently. According to the Fibonacci, resistance 2 in the 4 hourly is 67.3, and resistance 3 is 75.4 cents. The relative strength index 14-day RSI is a neutral. Stochastic 14, 3 and 3 is neutral. And this is buy, sell, or neutral on all of these. Commodity channel index 20, sell. Average directional index 14, neutral. Awesome oscillator, neutral. Momentum 10, sell. Moving average convergence divergence level 12 and 26, buy. Stochastic RSI, fast 3, 3, 14, 14, sell. Williams percent range 14, neutral. Bull bear power, neutral. Ultimate oscillator 7, 14, 28, neutral. Exponential moving average 10, buy at 56.8 cents. Simple moving average 10, buy at 56.8 cents. Interesting. Exponential moving average 20. This is suggesting a buy anything from 56 cents and up. This is interesting. SMA simple moving average 20, buy at 56.55. Exponential moving average 30, buy at 56.83. Simple moving average 30, buy at 56.79. Exponential moving average 50, buy at 56.87. Simple moving average at the 50-day, buy at 57.02, which we're almost back down to that level currently. EMA average 100, buy 56.9 cents. Simple moving average 100, buy 56.17 cents. Simple moving average 200, sell 58 cents. That's interesting. So the SMA is telling us to sell at 58, which we had to. Right, and that's exactly where we went up to 58.07 whatever. Ichimoku baseline 926.52.26 neutral at 56.7 cents. Volume weighted moving average 20, buy at 56.4, and the Hall moving average 9, sell at 57.3. So the conclusion here: bearish over 57, bullish the closer to 56 we get. Even starting at 56.9, there are indications that we're bullish under 57. Yep, EMAs work much better for me as well. I agree. That's why I don't show the simple moving averages when I show my my charts. I believe the EMA lines, at least for me, it works better as well. I actually 100% agree with that. So that's a lot of information in 40 minutes. The key stats: market capitalization right now is $32.075 billion. We've got fully diluted market cap at 57.161 billion. Trading volume is only 604.54 million in the last 24 hours. That's brutal. That's brutal. All-time high according to this chart is 331. Circulating supply 56.1 billion. Total supply 99.987 billion. So let's see. I mean, I don't really see much else. My voice, like I said, it's tired. I still got to eat and stuff. So only other thing I really want to talk about is the fact that XRP does have an inverted hammer here today on the daily. And that looks fantastic as far as an inverted hammer goes. That golden cross is still intact in the daily. And I still expect it to bump and run up to 61.7 unless it invalidates it by coming below that 55 point. It's like 55... Now 54.68 if it could invalidate it if it comes below that. So that's definitely something to pay attention to. If you're looking to trade XRP, video description below. BITUNIX or HOTCOIN, you can trade it in both places. You don't have to use a VPN or KYC. And really, it's up to you to take advantage and not have to get charged the exorbitant fees. I mean, it's just, in this day and age, with me being here, showing you exactly where to go, I don't think anybody should deal with that nonsense. I really don't. Why make the exchanges risk? It's like going to the casino. Why freely hand them your money? I don't like it. Don't like it. Quant, not looking awful. There's a real strong possibility that Quant here in the daily at some point is going to start reversing back up. I think it's starting to hint at a possible reversal. We're not quite there yet, but we're trying. 3 hourly, I don't know though. 3 hourly's trying, but that looks like, that's tough. We're going to be tough coming out the gate here. Man, it's tough on Quant though. It's had this huge, I remember when people were telling me to buy Quant and I said, hey, you know, the closer to 50 it gets, we'll start talking about it a little bit more. It came down here briefly to 40, and this was back in July. Came back down here at 51. So much better areas than when it was up much higher. You know, we were up at $225 back in 22. Earlier this year, we were at 152 bucks this year. So you've cut off 66% of gains. So eventually, though, this is going to have a hardcore reversal. When? You know, that's anybody's guess, honestly. But I suspect at some point, I mean, look at it, got rejected bearishly here. So what does that mean? At some point, we're going to have to come back over here. Otherwise, we got a big breakdown. The technical target off of this, most of you would be sick if you've seen it. Especially if you own Quant. You'd be sick. You will be sick if you see where this is going to go if it does break down and get this rejection. Told you it was way overvalued where it was at. I'm a huge fan of Quant too, but I just thought it was way overvalued where it was at. Now I'm going to take the short measurement just so some of you don't have a heart attack. But that's the short expectation if it were to break down. You know, and that, do we really think it's going to come all the way back to $15.39? That's about 90% down from the year high. So I also bought my first Quant at 10 cents. Wow. Did you say 10 cents or $100? 10 cents and $100. But can we look at, yeah, we'll look at DGB before I get out of here as well. I'm sorry everybody, my voice is, I didn't even know if I was going to be able to do a update today. I mean a live tonight because I was gone and just, it's been a busy day, a busy weekend. DGB's at 7.2 cents, up 0.42%. Quant, will it break down? Well, if it breaks down, I just showed you that target down to $15 and some change. That's the technical target on a breakdown from this long-standing consolidation, which we're already on the bottom side of, which is interesting. Kryptonian, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 3 months plus, along with Zyman B53 with the XRP Meteor. I appreciate that. $100. Yeah, a lot of people bought it around there. A lot of people. Right now with DGB, we're still, I mean, we still haven't been able to pull out of here. We invalidated what we thought could have been an inverse head and shoulders, or at least we thought we did. And if it pulls up, now it just kind of went into a W reversal. But right now, DGB is on the backside of a breakout. And it does look like it was trying to get hot, but again, just like with the rest of these look like gravestone dojis today in the live. I mean, in the daily. And DGB in the daily 3 days ago, or 4 days ago now, had an exhaustion wick, and we haven't been able to go anywhere. So, if the market is trying to tell us something, it's trying to tell us we could possibly be going for consolidation. If we break up, over the top is at 0092, which has to happen eventually. But if we break down, we very well could retest this pivot level again around the 636, and if we break that, then it could get messy. But we've got a big descending consolidation, and eventually we're going to break out in a very big way. A very big way. It's just right now we're having problems, and we're showing these bearish candles right now at the end of the day. Hopefully we start out the gate hot, because right now to end this day, we're starting to put in a lot of bearish looks. We really, really are, and I'm not saying that because I want things to go down. I'm saying that because that's what it looks like. XLM down 1.73%, sitting at 9.4 cents right now. Did you get out when it rolled over at 240? I was not in Quant, if you're talking to me. Let's see. 9.4. We need to 9.5 cents still. We've been killed by this downtrending resistance. I didn't even put the downtrending support because we kept hugging this downtrending resistance. And right now, at least we're on the top side of it. That's big for XLM. That's big. It really is. That's a big sign if we could hold this. A huge one. And then our next area of resistance for XLM would be coming back up here towards 10.9 cents. But it would be, it's huge if we could come back up here and not break past this area. It really is. If we break down here, we got some problems. Because how many more times can we come down here without breaking through that 7.6 area? Not too many more if we come back down. So, you know, that's as blunt as I can be, everybody. That's as blunt as I can be with that. Let's see. XRP market cap, and I appreciate everybody, the 101 people here. If you do appreciate my work, please hit that like button. More than 20% of the viewing audience still has not hit that like button. I just could not break through this evening. If for any reason the dedication and diligence and the fact you don't even have to watch an ad during the live should make you happy enough to hit the like button so I can get the content out. I need your help, I really do, so that we don't hemorrhage the community. Cryptocurrency community start hemorrhaging when new viewers don't come in, and there's a reason for that. People get sick of the same old. They get sick of the years on end waiting, and they get sick of the bearish overtone. They get sick of the FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and they get sick of the bad actors, crypto exchanges that charge an arm and a leg to trade spot, and the ones who will lie to everybody. So I need your help hitting that like button and sharing this content so we can get new eyes in here. New energy, because once the old leave, it's up to us to replace the old, and the ones of us who stay, we can continue pushing the message. Kryptonian says 100 likes and he will send a $10 donation. Would you like to see the XRP future millionaire get paid on his live today? If you get 100 likes, he will send a $10 donation. Let's see if that sparks any interest whatsoever. We need 9 likes. We need 9 likes. I appreciate the gesture, my friend. It was weird tonight. I had to try 3 times. Yeah, they were messing with me tonight. That's why I'm shocked we got to 100 viewers during the live. When I first was going on to do this, it turned it live before I ever tried to go live when I was bringing my camera outside my tablet. And then right when I tried to resume it, it ended it. So I had to redo everything that I did to set up the live. So I'm very happy that that at least so many people made it in. Look at that. 98 people have hit that like button. Is there 2 people to hit that like button so that Kryptonian will send a $10 donation? One more person. Look at Kryptonian. See, you made a difference. We need one more person. Can one person hit that like button so we can hit triple digits? There's a $10 donation by Kryptonian. Oh, the audience passed. The audience passed. I appreciate that, Nick. Well, the audience passed because they did hit the 100 likes. Even if there's not a donation, his tactic worked. We got to 100 likes, so I appreciate that. Either way. XRP right now is up 286.177 million, or up plus 0.88% today to 32.07 million. I can't help. Hey, Daniel, thanks so much for being the 100th guy. I greatly appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much. Oh, he sent I see it. That is him right there. Sent a $10 donation on Cash App. You too. If you want to send a donation outside of YouTube, a super chat, or, you know, join Tom's Army, you can always go to Cash App. It's Tom Jr. 222, and you can always send a donation by Cash App. And Pants or Kryptonian, I appreciate that $10 donation. And XRP Hoarder, I see a comment that says, hello, Tom, copy trade is very nice. I'm glad you appreciate that. We did have a nice copy trade today. We made 19.9%. And yeah, I think it's nice too. Anybody who's copy trading, if you started from the first trade until the end, we started with $100 and we're up to $247 in our account now. So we're up 147%. So I too would say it's nice. What's not nice is that XRP is rolling over a bit to end this weekly. Haha, my wife's nickname for Me as pants because I wear them. Hey, you know, not so bad. Not so bad. We all have a nickname. We all have nicknames. You know? I like it, though. I like it. What's up, Tom? Imagine higher highs and higher lows. Yes, that is what I imagine on a daily basis, my friend. I imagine that on a daily basis, believe me. I really do. We want to see that. And Kryptonian, I'm going to put that money that you sent me. There's like $20 on, I think it's 20 or 25 from you on Uphold, on Cash App from over the last week or so. I'm going to put that into B2 Gold this week, I promise. Because I have B2 Gold on there. I'm going to buy about, at current terms, about 10 more shares because of you. So seriously, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm going to make the money work for me that you sent me. I'm not just going to waste it, I promise. XRP right now, though, man, it leaves a lot to be desired here. The good thing is that we're still over the very critical support structure. And remember this. This is what's going to tell us if that golden cross plays out or not. If we continue bouncing off of this support right here, you could technically have a support at 56 cents. It's just dangerous if you're doing a leverage trade, because why would you have it at 56 cents if in fact we came through the 56.60, right? That's why if we come through there, it's a problem. Nice inverted hammers though in the daily. These don't look like bullish or bearish candles, I mean in the daily. Yeah, the short term looks a little off in the smaller time frames, but as far as the daily, that's a bullish candle. And I think we just need to get rid of this, what looks like a shitty bear flag here. I think we just need to get rid of this and come down to like 56.20, 56 cents real quick on a quick wick. So basically, if you see this, and you would have to have the testicular fortitude to do it. If you see, and it does it quickly, we very well might get a quick V shaping out. I'm just saying, I could see that scenario if we are still bullish playing out. Because with the open interest this week, it does suggest to do that. You need to close above 57.9 for a daily bullish FVG. Oh yeah, absolutely. Getting over 56.6 and closing is not bullish. The only thing bullish about that, I'll reiterate, is that it's closing over the 2018 resistance. I'm not comfortable unless we're over 58 cents on a close, if I'm being honest. Even over that 57.4 is not good enough. So I suspect, because we're going to close bearish on this close for the week, I suspect, or at least on the daily, I suspect we could do this V-shaped recovery first, in my opinion. Nick, and I appreciate you sharing that FVG. That's so important, and that is so spot on. That's why that 58 cent mark is so important for me. The volume's trash, Syrian, like you're saying. There's no volume. And that can be looked at one of two ways. One, we are consolidating down, so without the volume, crashing price should lead to a bullish continuation. But I mean, I'm being serious. I don't know how we're going to survive, but this looks like a bear flag here, and that should come down. If we surprise ourselves and round up, well, then we could exhaust ourselves, even if it's bearish, and do that. But then again, you don't want to see that either. That could form as a double top up there. You need to get a wallet and move to HOTCOIN. Yeah, I mean, you can move to HOTCOIN on another exchange just by holding XRP and sending it through the XRP ledger. You can do that on any exchange. But yeah, the ledger or the cold wallet definitely helps. It's getting cold. It's getting cold, Julie. It looks like it's going to rain. Are you okay? Is T still in his room? I went in there 3 times and he never came out. Oh, he did? Oh, okay. Oh, he did? Oh, okay. Yeah, you can do that in the room, Julie. So we're going to do our total hour still. I'm going to go inside, if you guys don't mind, and get a relaxation so we can enjoy about 5 to 10 minutes of relaxation. For anybody who stays put, I would never make you sit here while I'm going inside to do that. I actually have something I want you to watch. Whether you decide to stick around or not, that is completely up to you. Whoops. That is completely up to you. But I want to show you a video very quickly that Peter Schiff shared, and it's right around the 21-minute mark, what he says there. And yes, it has to do with gold, but I want you to hear a couple of things he talks about, and I'll go back to 21 minutes.
mark stuff up like 50%, 100%. During her speech, Harris talked about all the things that she's going to do.
What the hell is going on here? Why does it look so shitty?
To lower the cost of living.
What the hell is going on here? It doesn't look that bad. Peter Schiff would never give us this quality. There we go. I was going to say.
Basically, where's she been the last?
So he'd never give us that. That looks like hell.
The White House. She's been the vice president. So all this has happened under her watch. Under
why does it look so bad?
The watch.
Sorry, Peter, but that looks awful. I can't show you like that.
Fire. Now, first of all,
I don't know, maybe it does.
Her speech, Harris talked about all the things that she's going to do to lower the cost of living, which she admitted is way up over the past few years. Which, basically, where's she been the last few years? She's been in the White House. She's been the vice president. So all this has happened under her watch, under the watch of Joe Biden, right? And so they should be accepting responsibility. They're acting like, oh my God, this just happened. Now we got to do something about it. Well, they're part of the reason. They're not the only reason, but they're a good part of the reason why prices have gone up so much. She doesn't want to accept any responsibility for driving prices up. She's blaming the price increases on greedy corporations. Right? Well, first of all, corporate greed has always been around. So why did they wait for Biden to be president to jack up prices? I mean, weren't they greedy before? Why did they jack them up earlier? Right? This is so ridiculous that it's corporate greed. But she specifically said it's the grocery stores. They're the ones that are doing it. That's why the price of food has gone up so much, because these greedy grocers are price gouging and they're overcharging you, which is nonsense. I mean, first of all, maybe Kamala Harris has never looked at, the balance sheet of a grocery store. I mean, this is not like a department store. They don't mark stuff up like 50%, 100%. Their margins are razor thin, just like 1%, 2%. Maybe there's a few items that they stick out, high margin items. When you're checking out, when you're on the line, they have a few things hanging there. They could have some things at a little bit higher margin, but most of the stuff in the aisles, they barely make any money as it is. They make their money on volume, right? Not on any individual item that you buy, but if you buy a lot of stuff and you keep coming back, every week, they make some money, right? They're not getting rich, certainly not one grocery store. I guess if you own a big chain of them, right, you can make some money because you have a lot of them. And there's a lot of
I see a lot of comments about the ledger. I used to use I use Zayman. It was formerly a Zoom wallet. I still love it. I've never had an issue. That's my exposure to the ledger.
I mean, there's grocery stores all over the place. It's not like you could just jack up your prices because people won't shop there. So she's claiming that it's the grocery stores that are gouging their customers, and she's going to stop it. She's going to pass a law making price gouging illegal. Well, what is that law going to do? That law is going to result in much higher prices.
Do you understand why I want you to listen to this part? This is unbelievable that they would do this.
Number one, now you have all this new regulation that's
terrible, Syrian. I'm not surprised.
The grocery stores are now going to have to comply with. I don't know what they're going to have to do to report all of their various costs and all of their prices and get the permission of the government. Hey, is this price okay? Is that okay? I mean, how is this all going to be administered? It's going to have a big cost. Where are the grocery store owners going to get the money to pay these costs? From their customers. They're going to raise. Has gone up fourfold. But I think that the trend is going to accelerate. I think gold is going to go up more than eightfold over the next 20 years. In fact, it could do that over the...
This is very important when you want to see the value of your dollar in nominal terms over time. This is actually, I forgot about this.
5 or 10 years. Because the amount of inflation networks, I was watching CNBC a lot of the day to see if they were going to talk about gold, and they didn't talk about it at all. I mean, maybe they mentioned it when I wasn't paying attention. But when I was paying attention, I heard plenty of talk about Bitcoin, but I didn't hear any talk about gold. Bitcoin did nothing on the week. It was relatively flat. I think it's now about 59,000. It's about 20% below its all-time record high. And of course, its all-time record high set in gold was almost 3 years.
Listen to this. This is what I mean by the dollar being devalued. You can even see it through Bitcoin. In nominal terms, I think a lot more people need to pay attention to what he's actually trying to say. Even if you're going up in crypto a lot of times, year over year, if your value's the same, the dollar is being depreciated. So when you sell your crypto back into the dollar, you do lose the appreciation. So the whole purpose of XRP for us is the fact that eventually here, we'll be able to use XRP in a lot more than just have it on the crypto exchange. Eventually, as JP Morgan Chase themselves came out and said, Jamie Dimon, they're going to be accepting XRP for mortgages and credit cards sometime in the future. And that's not bullshit. That's a fact. That's a fact. So then you won't have to turn it back into cash. I advise you to have a designated cold wallet that only has the amount you're willing to send to a mortgage payment or, to make a credit card payment, but don't have anything over the top, because now that's going to be fully available to the government. That's just a way for them to get all of your information. And then secretly for JP Morgan Chase to be able to have XRP without buying it on the books. Think about that. Think about that. It's a good way for institutions to start collecting XRP without technically buying it themselves. They just start accepting it as payment now. Some people are like, well, that's ridiculous. They're going to sell the XRP for cash. I said, you haven't been paying close enough attention, sir.
I think Bitcoin is down about 37% over the past 3 years in terms of gold. Nobody is talking about this new high. And really, to put it in perspective, think about where gold began this century, or even the millennium, right? On January of 2001, gold was still under 300. So gold, so far this century, it's been about 24 years into it, right? It's risen eightfold, more than eightfold, 8.3-fold, maybe a bit more. Contrast that to the Dow Jones. The Dow was about 10,000 when the century began. It's about 40,000 now. So the Dow's gone up 4x, gold's gone up 8x. Now, sure, the Dow has paid dividends.
Yes, Kryptonian. Agreed. Same with you, Chris. Agreed.
But as far as price is concerned, the Dow has lost half its value.
For the record, it's starting to rain, so in the immediate short term, I'm going to be leaving. So enjoy the rest of this. Got a couple of minutes left because I'm going to finish this. Damn need to just start mining gold. And with regulations having to answer the question, that means they want it. Yep.
Priced in gold over those 24 years, even though the nominal price of the Dow has gone up fourfold. But I think that the trend is going to accelerate. I think gold is going to go up more than eightfold over the next 20 years. In fact,
what about Apple and user? What do you mean, the Apple stock? Are you asking me? What about? I'm not sure what you mean. But if you're asking about the Apple stock, I wouldn't buy it if somebody gave me the money. I'd buy something else. There's a reason why Warren Buffett cashed out his Apple stock.
It could do that over the next 5 or 10 years. Because the amount of inflation that has been created over the last 5 or 10 years dwarfs what we created during the first 5 or 10 years of the century. And we're going to create even more over the next 5 years, regardless of the outcome of the election. I'm going to talk a little bit more a bit later about what Kamala Harris is promising, which is all highly inflationary and extremely good for gold.
Okay, so Syrian, your question, they've been manipulating gold and silver for centuries. Think about it. Silver's still at 29 bucks an ounce. 45 years ago it was at 50 bucks. So yeah, it's a very heavily manipulated market. Very much more. Silver's much more suppressed than gold. Gold, just because it's used for store of value for countries, you'll get much more appreciation in the short term. At some point, though, we like to settle at around 30-to-1 differential between gold and silver. Right now, the ratio is at 86.5. So right now, really, silver, if you want to do a 30-to-1, silver should be somewhere around 75 to 80 bucks an ounce right now in fair market value. If you just, it should be much higher than that, but just to get to that ratio, in all history, most of the ratios are between 3 and 10 to 1. 3 and 10 to 1 is the typical ratio. On average, it's about 30 to 1. But historically, when it was in the right spot, it was like 3 to 1. 3 or 5 to 1 from silver to gold. I mean, look at the differential now. So, yes, there's a lot of manipulation. And, yes, going forward, you're already seeing it right now, Syrian, as well with silver. Oh, the iPhone. John, I'm sorry. I didn't know what you were asking about. Sorry, USDC and Apple iPhone app. Gotcha, I'm sorry. I don't have the iPhone, so I don't know. I know a guy with more than 1,000 kilograms of silver. He will crack it in years. How much is 1,000 kilograms of silver? I don't know. I'm an American. We deal with ounces. So let me be a stupid American as I am. 100 kilograms, 2 ounces. Okay, he's going to do very well. Oh my. Oh my. He's going to do very well. 3,527 ounces. Beautiful. Beautiful. He's going to do very well. I'm assuming he's already doing very well. Very well. I love seeing that. Kudos to that friend of yours, because he knows what's up. God, gold, what an end of the week, man. Holy sh... Yeah, I was last year, Syrian. I wish you would have been here. I had when gold, especially when it got down, there was a time period under 20 for a while. I had a $600 monthly purchase I was buying, and I did it for a long time. And I stopped buying. I haven't bought anything in 24 precious metal wise, or the back end of 23 when it started getting more expensive. But for a long time, I put every single saving dollar that I could have saved or even spent on something else, and I was putting it into gold and silver. And you know, it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. Now, as I say, I've got what I'm gonna have for now, and now it's basically, you know, if I didn't do what I needed to do during the years that I did it, you know, now gold's gotten out of my reach. You know, gold's gotten out of my reach, but you know, have a decent holdings of gold, and then silver have a decent holdings as well. So I don't have much of a savings, but you know, that money probably would have been spent anyhow, so I stored my value. So everybody, I gotta go. I want to make sure I don't lose my voice for tomorrow. I kept talking as I always do, and look, we got to an hour and 8 minutes when I didn't even know if I'd be here for an hour. XRP, as expected, down to 56.8 cents. I mean, I'm only saying as expected because we knew it was closing bearish on the end of this day. Can we be honest, right? We talked about this in the beginning, how that looked like a bear flag to play down, right? We talked about this. I don't sugarcoat it for my audience. And if you're in here, you should very much appreciate what I do, because I tell you the truth. It's very rare to find that on YouTube these days. I tell you the truth. Good, bad, or indifference, I'm going to tell you the truth, and that's just the way it's going to be, because I don't know how else to do it. So 56.6 cents is the first area to stop, but I doubt that's where it's going to stop. Don't shoot the messenger. That's an exhaustion candle, in my opinion. So now we have to exhaust, and the best case scenario that I think we're looking for, what the hell? Is we're looking, see, it came up, we're looking for something like, maybe it comes down like this, then we get the nice V and then back out. That's best case scenario. But I have a feeling this is going to have to exhaust out, and it's probably going to bring us around that 56.20 area, somewhere in there. And then if we do, if you see it bounce down like that, because we are becoming more overextended here, look at the 15. We're going to cross up into a good range. So if we have an overzealous drop off like I'm showing, I may take advantage of this in the copy trade. And if we, listen guys, we may get stopped out for a 4 to 6% loss. I don't know. These are the challenges I take. When I woke up this morning, I woke up and seen that set up on XRP. I'm not even joking. I woke up this morning in XRP. I woke up at 7:45 this morning. I'm not kidding. Or just after 7:45. I didn't look at the chart until just about 8. When I tell you I looked at the chart and it was at 56.77 and I didn't even look, all I did was said stop loss under 56.66 because if it doesn't hold, it's not going to play out. I took 100 and whatever it was in our copy trade group and I opened the 10x trade at 56.77 right there. And before I walked from my bed to grab my tablet to get out to my car to do my update, because I always do it outside. I get out of bed, walk to my tablet before I even take a piss, and I do my update. And before I could even get outside, I looked at my phone. I'm like, what the hell just happened here? And I'm thinking that I got stopped out already, because all of a sudden I'm thinking I must have bought it at 58.7 and now it's at 57. What the hell's going on? And then I looked at my phone and it was already up to almost 58 cents. And it was just one of those things, like within 20 minutes of buying it, I was out in 24 minutes. From the time I bought at 56.7 for the copy trade with the group, I was out at 59.2 within 24 minutes. And it went up here, had a quick wick to 58.4 that I did not even see, because as I came out, we were back down at like 58, somewhere around here, and we bounced back a little bit to 58.10. Came back and right at 57.9, I'm like, no, and it gave me 57.92. We got 19.9%, so I was happy. I also had my own personal trade where I had $527, and that was a 22x trade. Now, I don't like to, no, it was more than that. What was that trade? I'm actually curious now. But I don't like to do more than 10x and more than $100 at any given time, because I want everybody who's in to be comfortable. And I promised everybody we were going to do it from $100 and build it up. So obviously I could trade $247 because we built it up another 147 from where everybody started and myself. But I still want to keep it in a range where everybody's comfortable. So I like doing it the way we do it. Let's see, futures. This was on BITUNIX, my other trade. I did, yeah, 22x trade. I opened that at 56.78. Opened it at 56.78. And that was a $523 trade, but it was a 22x. And then that made $203 this morning. So between our group, I always trade on what I'm going to trade in my own personal time on the group. So at least you can hold in the fact that I'm looking at my own personal trades that have more value than what I'm doing in the copy trade, FYI. So whatever you see in the copy trade is outside of my own personal trading as well. I just took some of my money and put $100 worth to start into the copy trade, and my intention is to try to build it to 1,000. But that's going to take time and, you know, patience. But right now we're up to $247, and it's only been open for about, what, less than 2 months right now. So we're continuing on and upward. Right now XRP is continuing down, and in that narrative that we spoke of. Why does it keep deleting that little thing I drew out? Am I going to a different chart just now? I was gonna say, I don't think so. I thought I was on the same chart. All right, I'll draw it out one more time. And the reason why, if I draw it out on this one, it'll make even more sense. Remember how we talked about that 56 cent area, 56.2? If I draw it here, it'll make perfect sense. See how we broke out of this consolidation? Now if it does this, does the V down to 56 or like that? See what I'm saying here? And then it can swing out. That's what I'm saying. Unless this breaks, even if it comes under, that's 56.16. I'm telling you, I may just have to take a shot at 56.20 because we're starting to become oversold in the smaller time frame. So the 15, we got to get out of the USD. No, USDT we have to stay in because that's how we're going to buy in the perpetual futures if you have a leverage contract and when I do the copy trade. But I'm not shy. I've only hit on 63% of our copy trades, which means 37% of the time you're seeing losers. And they could be anywhere from $3, and the worst I did was down $45, which sucked. And then the best I did was up $108 on one single trade. So we've had the biggest of highs and the lowest of lows. Well, not that bad of lows, but still still, it wiped out most of our gains in the beginning. So then I had to become even more strict and conservative because of the way the exchanges work. So yeah, but now we've recovered all of those losses and then about another 25% up from there. So I'm very happy about that. But this bear flag, did I delete that again? But I'm telling you, it looks like this V shape. If it's going to hold, we are going to see this down, and then it's going to have to play back like this. I'm telling you, unless we get a V shape, I don't know how it's going to do it unless it's like a W, but I don't know if it's going to be able to go boom and then back around, because remember, every time it does that, and let's make sure that stays, we do this on the 2018 resistance or support, see? And that's what I was talking about. Look where I said it could go, 5620 area. And that's only because I know the history about beneath us, that we could come back here and retest that real quick, and that's just right in that area. So pay attention to all this. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. Thanks for spending this time with me. I'm out.